Monday. How are you doing today? Well, some of you might be watching this on Monday. Some of you might be watching this in the future on a different day of the week. But you know what I'm saying. Happy Monday. How are you doing today? Welcome to Coffee Break with Danny, the world of vlog introductions. I should be like in theater, in drama or theater. I think I'm dramatic enough. Today I'm here with a review on the Hakuhodo and Sephora Pro brush set. It's called the Kanpeki Perfection Ultimate Brush Set. It comes in this really cute box. And I showed it to you guys in my VIB recommendations haul, which I will insert up here somewhere on if you see like a little eye, click on it and it'll take you over to that haul if you missed it. I'll also link it in the description box below. But this is a collaboration between Hakuhodo and Sephora where they came out with several makeup brushes that are supposed to be like bam bam, panty dropper, amazing, super high quality brushes. Now Sephora already has a brush line in their store. It's pretty good. I've never tried a brush from Sephora that I hated, but I've also haven't tried very many that completely blew me out of the water. So when I heard that Sephora was going to be collaborating with Hakuhodo, I almost fainted. Hakuhodo is one of those brands that every beauty convention that I've gone to, I approach their little booth with caution and I just kind of stare at the brushes and play with them almost like puppies in a window, because these are handmade, just top-notch brushes, like as good as it gets in craftsmanship, in quality, in the way it applies your makeup. Hakuhodo brushes are basically like the Rolls Royce of makeup brushes, in my opinion. I'm not a makeup artist, but I do know that they are fabulous brushes. I mean, quality craftsmanship, like I told you guys, they're amazing. But it's not to say that you need expensive brushes to be able to do a really good job. Some of my favorite brushes are from e.l.f., you guys. They're $1 to $3 and I got them when they were 50% off. So just to give you an idea. So originally Sephora did a collaboration with Hakuhodo where all the brushes came out individually. And I would go into the store, I would check them out, I would touch them, I would, you know, I couldn't pull the trigger. I didn't know which ones I would love the most. I thought the shape of the brushes was a little bizarre, so I just convinced myself that I didn't need them, because I really don't, and that I didn't need to add them to my collection. But when the 20% off VIB sale came around and I saw that you could get all of the brushes that they collaborated with, that they did in collaboration with Sephora for, I think, $148 minus the 20% off, I was like, well, this would be my opportunity to get Hakuhodo in my life. And I told you guys in that haul that I was a little hesitant because I thought that when a brand like Hakuhodo collaborates with Sephora, that they were going to maybe cut some corners or cheat a little bit on products or craftsmanship or mass produce them in a certain way where they would be lesser quality than the ones that you would get directly from Hakuhodo. And I wasn't wrong. Now, I'm not disappointed with the set, but it's definitely not at that level with a Hakuhodo brush from Japan. You know what I'm saying? They're great brushes. It's a fabulous gift idea. They're really great quality. They do a fabulous job of applying my makeup, but they are not like if you were holding a Hakuhodo brush at, like, say, IMAX. So what is the catch with this set, or why is it a good investment, or why should you get it, or what are the selling points about it? The first selling point that I thought was hilarious is that it comes in a keepsake box. This is the keepsake box. It looks like a nice box, but the minute you open the seal, it peels off the color or the paint or the paper or whatever. It comes right off. The box is cardboard. It's not a keepsake box. The box is crap, in my opinion. And I mean, you wouldn't keep the brushes in here anyway, so it's not a selling point at all. The other thing is that from the brushes that I've seen and from doing some research on the Hakuhodo website, the brushes that are available for purchase here in the US are almost all animal hair. So they're either blue squirrel, horse, or goat hair. If you want a synthetic option, they do have synthetic bristles, but they are mixed into a brush that has animal hair. So original Hakuhodo brushes all have animal bristles. These that they did in collaboration with Sephora are synthetic brushes, and this is a new thing for Hakuhodo. So the bristles, the synthetic bristles that they came up with are softer, fuller, and fluffier, so they provide a bounce, but because they are a synthetic material, they hold more product without absorbing it. So you're able to deposit more product, use more product, but you don't lose it into the animal hair or the bristles in another type of brush. These are made in Japan, just like original Hakuhodo brushes, so they didn't take that shortcut where they made them anywhere else. They are made in Japan, just like all their other brushes, but they are cruelty-free. And I know some of you mentioned in my haul video that these brushes were overpriced, or for the price that you would pay for these brushes, you could get an original Hakuhodo brush, and I don't necessarily agree with that so much, because Hakuhodo brushes can get up to $200 per brush. I mean, the cheapest one you can get is probably $50. And I mean, you're right in that respect. Like, this brush here individually is $54, but if you want like top of the line Hakuhodo, like what the brand represents, these brushes are a lot more affordable than what those would cost you. So like I told you guys, this set in particular retails for $148, but it's valued at $245. And one of the selling points about it is that it comes with a brush that you can only find in this kit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk you through this kit one by one and tell you what the brushes are for and if I like them or not. One thing to consider though is this brush set is limited edition, and when I went on the website, Sephora's website, to find it, it was out of stock, and it did not allow me to receive an email for when it came back into stock, which tells me that they're probably not going to bring any more or get any more stock of this product. But one thing that you can do, and I did it myself, is you can search by zip code, and most stores still have it in stock. So you can just add your zip code and search, and it'll tell you which Sephora store. Like, I need to stop. It'll tell you which Sephora stores have it in stock still. So if you're interested in, you know, getting the set, you can still do that. Plus, the individual set brushes are still available. You just wouldn't be able to get that one individual eyeshadow brush. So going in order from the way the brushes are displayed in this kit, the first brush is the Kotsubo, the pointed highlighter brush. And this is definitely one of my favorites in the kit. It's a small teardrop shape. It's perfect for applying highlighter. It's also the perfect size if you are the type of person that likes to put powder on your eyelids, get around the nose, smaller areas like the chin. If you like a more defined contour, like you really like that chiseled look, this is perfect for that size. This size is perfect for that. But as a highlighter brush, it's amazing. This brush actually reminds me of the number 2 Wayne Goss blue squirrel brush. It's very, very similar, but you guys, I don't know why. I have a soft spot for my number 2, but the way they function is almost identical. They feel just as soft, and keep in mind this is blue squirrel and this is synthetic fibers. And if you wanted to get this one individually, it's $38, so that's a little pricey. The next one in this set is the Kusabi, or sloping powder brush, and I thought this one was really unique because it's flat on the top, and then you can see it slopes and then it comes down. This is a powder brush, but it's meant to apply powder almost like a paddle brush. So it's not a fluffy powder brush where you would just fluff it all over your face. You would apply it almost in brush strokes, literal brush strokes. I love this brush for my Urban Decay powder foundation because I noticed that with that powder, it's a fuller coverage but heavier powder. So if I just try and fluff it all over my face with a traditional powder brush, it doesn't function as well as it should. But with this one, you paint it on and it gives you that beautiful airbrush finish. And this brush retails for $54, so it's one of the pricier ones. I just love the weight of it too. The next one is the Ougi brush. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. This is the blush brush, and it's very different from customary blush brushes that you've seen. It's almost like a square or rectangular shape. And again, this is not one that you would use to fluff blush onto your cheekbones. You would apply it almost in strokes, and so it deposits it perfectly where you want it. And I really like it because it has a defined two sides. So if you're a person that wants to invest in brushes to use them every day and not have multiple brushes, you could have like the peachy coral side, and you could have like the pinky mauve side for powders, and you wouldn't have to rotate your brushes as much or clean them. Well, you should clean them, but you wouldn't have to clean them as often as if, you know, it was a circular or a round puff brush. And this is a $40 brush. The next one is the Otsubu. And this is another teardrop shaped brush. This one is said to be for powder or contour. I used it for contour today because I didn't want that really defined cheekbone look. I was going for like a Gwen Stefani look, and she never has that really chiseled, contoured, or bronzed face. This individually is $49, and I actually really enjoyed it for powder. I didn't think I was gonna like it for powder. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna use this for bronzer. It's gonna do a really good job. I have to be careful because I'm a little crazy and I might overdo it, but it did a really good job at that. But then I just kind of shook it off, dipped it in some powder, and used that as well, and it did a really good job. So if you don't think the paddle or paint type stroke brush movement or application is for you, this is another really good option for powder, because the more you use it, even though it's kind of a tighter teardrop right now, the more you use it, the looser it's going to get. It's already really soft and fluffy, but you know how it is with brushes. The more you use them, the looser and the more they open up. The next one is, and I'm totally gonna cheat, this next one is another one that you can get individually. It's $30. It's the angled concealer brush, or the Kusuri Yubi brush, and it looks just like this one, but in miniature. So it's just like this one, but the bristles are a little bit tighter, so they don't have so much give. This one is a concealer brush, and I was like, a concealer brush? I just use my beauty blender. The first time I put this in concealer and just kind of gently buffed it out, I was like, where have you been all my life? You are fabulous. I was scared that I was gonna get bristle or brush strokes on my face. This is a really nice brush. This is the brush, when I was looking at them individually, this is the one brush that I ignored, and I thought, I'm not gonna get that brush. I'm not even gonna look at it because I'm not interested. I love my beauty blender too much. But because I got the set, I was like, well, might as well try it and see if I like it. I was like, I'm sorry, I doubted your potential. Don't you hate that when you make up your mind without giving something a chance? Imagine if that happened with my husband. And the last brush is the one that's exclusive to this set. You cannot get this individually. You can only get it if you get the $145 set. This is the crease brush, or the Shosai brush. And when I saw it, I was like, whoa, you are really long. You're gonna fling eyeshadow all over my face. But it actually didn't. I was so surprised that it didn't. It's really thin. It's not fluffy, but it is very flexible. So it has a lot of flex to it. I used this one to deposit the black eyeshadow. So it gave me really good control of where I wanted to apply it. But then I went over it with a really fluffy blending brush to really blend it out so I wouldn't have like the really stark deposit lines. This is a good brush for lighter colors, or if you want a cut crease look, or if, I would say even if you're like a beginner and you want to learn to apply or deposit color in your outer V and then you can go in with a blending brush. Did you see what I did there? That's exactly what I did, so I technically call myself a beginner. But you know how I feel about my makeup skills. We're all beginners here, so there's always room for improvement. So that's what I used it for. I deposited the black, because black is scary eyeshadow, you guys, you know that. So I deposited the black with this, and I kind of moved it around a little bit, and then to blow it out and soften it, I went in with just a really big fluffy blending brush. So it's a good brush. It's very easy to use. I really liked it, but that wouldn't be the deciding factor in whether or not I get this whole set. The deciding factor was if I were to get every brush individually, I would have paid $245. I got it for $148 minus the 20% off. So it was almost like, I'll be a fool not to take advantage of that sale. So I guess my overall thoughts over this kit are, it's a fabulous kit. The brushes are extremely high quality. You can tell they're weighted brushes. It's solid wood handles. I'm not sure what the material is, maybe nickel or brass, but the brushes themselves do feel like higher quality brushes, but they do not remind me of original Hakuhodo brushes. The price point is, I would say, fair for the type of brush that it is. And I love that Hakuhodo took a position of, if you are a cruelty-free only makeup lover, they're giving you the opportunity to have excellent craftsmanship in your collection and respect your values over, you know, makeup. So the fibers, like I told you guys, they are innovative. They're something that Hakuhodo hasn't done before. They're synthetic fibers with really good bounce and grasp of product. So if you're someone that doesn't like to be told how to use your products, you know what I mean? Like, this one is not shy. These bristles are not shy at picking up product. Do I think the set is worth $148? I think it is. And I think most importantly, with the holidays around the corner, I think it's a really good gift set. Now, because I don't know if the set is in stock anymore online, you will have to try and find it in stores. But if you are someone that's not interested in getting it as a gift, you are just interested in getting the individual brushes, your must-haves, I would say definitely the, where's that little guy? I would say definitely the large teardrop and the small teardrop are amazing brushes. I really, really like them. Imagine putting on highlighter with the large teardrop. Okay, never mind. That's a little crazy. And the concealer brush. I really like this little guy. I didn't think I would, but I loved, love, love, love this brush. These two, they take a little bit of getting used to because they're not customary powder type brushes. The shape is so different from what we normally see marketed. You know, they're not fluffy and loose. They're tighter and they have a specific side to them. So that's a little bit, it takes a little bit getting used to. I enjoy them, but I don't think if I had to go back and buy them individually, these are probably my top 3. Anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to try and link this kit down below if I can. If not, I will list and link the prices and the brushes individually so that you can kind of get a better idea or maybe see them up close if you're interested. So they are Sephora exclusive. They're a Sephora collaboration, but all of that information will be listed in the description box below, along with the haul where I originally talked about these brushes. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, if you found this video useful, entertaining, or something,